This is Close Combat Last Stand Arnhem. You're watching episode 15 of the Allied campaign. Take a moment to support the channel by clicking the subscribe button, liking the video, and turning on notifications. 1st Parachute Brigade is heading back to Wolfheze. We got Group Kraft in this 1800 fight on September 17th. We have the Dirty Dozen, Guns of Navarone, and Thin Red Line. We are running mortars heavy in support. And then if you recall, I did take 2 flamethrowers in each of 1st and 2nd platoon. I didn't use them, and I've been back and forth on this, but I think I'm going to just hang on to them for the moment. I don't know that we need them this fight, but we do have still 8 other infantry sections that can maneuver. So I feel like I don't want to lose them now and have to re-requisition them back after they've lost some value. Enemy is still going strong. So 2 Airsots, a Panzer Schreck, and an MG34. Then just a leader in 2nd platoon. And then a single mortar. So they do still have a mortar. And it looks like they do still have an additional mortar. And in the event that we actually drop that mortar team, we are going to have at least one more fight with it. In fact, 2. They have a 8 centimeter and a 6 centimeter. So they do still have mortars, and we just have to be careful because they did pummel me last time when I got stagnant. All right, let's talk about the northwest corner. I don't think that this is a major threat, but I don't want to leave it undefended. So Major Franklin has one of our flamethrowers and is going to stay in the 2-story building and just watch that. Spiros is just over there to make sure that if there is infantry or something, they don't just push right through. I feel like the flamethrower can handle it if they push into the building. But they really probably could just bypass the flamethrower and go straight south, and obviously we don't want that. So if that corner's clear, we can bring over one more section of infantry. As you move to the east, I have my mortars. I felt like this was the best mix of putting them somewhere where they have some concealment, having them near the front line, and also maybe being able to use them as rifle if I need to. So there's some potential for fight from the south, but the stone walls around them do give them a little bit of cover. And then besides the one grid in the 2-story building to the east, they shouldn't have a lot of line of sight on these guys, so I'm opting for this location. Down to the south, again, they definitely could be here. I'm a little bit less inclined to think they would be. I could be wrong, but I do have Joseph with our 2nd flamethrower, making sure that nobody comes out of the north up behind us. And then Samson and Major Riesman are going to cover this little strip and make sure that if the enemy is here, we can get them dealt with. Once that's clear, I'll explore the idea of pushing to the east, but it is still a very open ground. So I probably had better opportunity to move east in the south last time, and they were mostly up in the north, and I had to fight them through the trees. If that were the same, totally can make it across here. But if they're structured differently, it's just so open, it would be hard to make it across this field to the east, but I don't want to rule it out as a possibility. To the north in the center, I have Captain Mallory and Colonel Tall. So Colonel Tall's on our machine gun. They have pretty lousy line of sight, to be honest, but it is probably the best position for them where they're not just laying on the road. Captain Mallory is going to watch Colonel Tall's back and make sure nobody spawns in the building, and that's a very real possibility just because that's how my luck goes. As you continue north, Barnsby and Colonel Stavros are hidden in the trees. It's as close as they can get to enemy terrain and not be in the open, so I figured this was better than on the road. And then it also does help with them spawning in this other grid. Victor is the only team I could really get up there without them just being stacked on top of each other. So I hope they're not right on top of me, but Victor is up there ready to start moving east. And then Vernon and Sergeant Walsh are to their southeast, and their plan is push east, but also be able to support Victor if we maybe need to maneuver up there a little bit. It's a little bit spread out. We're a little thin. It's okay. I do think we have it. It's just a matter of figuring out where the enemy is and where we need to maneuver in order to be successful. Okay. I wasn't expecting nobody to see them. So just to be clear, we will send Spiros over there, and then we'll move east. Victor, let's start moving. And I'm torn, but I want to say Vernon goes to the northeast as well. And we'll let Sergeant Walsh just hold this position. I think Captain Mallory's okay. I don't think that there's going to be anybody in this room that we just don't see. And Joseph could definitely still be facing a hiding team right here. So we're just going to ask him to move cautiously, make sure that that grid gets secured and that we know it's clear. And then Major Reisman can move up and Samson can move up. Wherever they have their troops, they are fairly consolidated, it seems. So let's go ahead and pull everybody east. We're going to find them probably in the trees, maybe back here, maybe in the buildings. I saw this car and I was like, oh my gosh, there's a tank. And I'm like, wait, did they have a tank? But yeah, panic. Panic set in.
Move completed.
Okay, so Samson should be able to see out of there fairly well. I guess we'll move up to this little ditch, and the road's 3 meters, and then we have kind of a depression. This is 3. This hill's 4.5. So possible concealment from line of sight if we get behind this hill. This spot right here might not be great, so we'll see what happens. It seems that Joseph was able to move through there without any problem. And same is true up here. All right. Major Franklin's probably going to be very late to the party. I don't want to run them, but we're going to just say that the northwest corner is safe, and we're going to abandon it. We're going to keep moving to the east over here. Oh, shots fired.
Taking fire.
Okay. Pull back, Mr. General Reisman. Major Reisman, not General Reisman. I am not loving this. I know we're getting shot from up here, right there. And then there was something else. Where is it over here? Right here, maybe? Somewhere right through here. So, yeah. That's an issue. We got contact close. Airsots. Sergeant Walsh, deal with them. Colonel Stavros is moving up. Should be able to deal with this airsots.
Redeployed.
Somehow we hit that car. Might say... There we go. Where are their mortars landing? What are they shooting at? Right here. I think they hit their own airsots. Let's keep moving east. Move east. I don't know if I moved Sergeant Walsh out of the trench, to be honest.
In position.
Okay, we got a hit. We didn't get anybody up here in the north. There we go. They're coming back. I don't know. We still have 20 rounds. All right. A lot of our rounds, I feel like, are landing off map. There we go. That was definitely worth it. Maybe let them spend one more. Let's see. What do we got? Keep moving east with Major Franklin. Spiros can, I don't know, keep going all the way to catch up. And we will secure mortars for the moment. We got this whole command element. Like they're all wiped out. So that's a solid win. We could try Major Reisman again. We are going to draw fire from the northwest. I'm going to tell Colonel Tall to defend. Right there. It's a Panzerschreck crew. I don't know that he's ever going to get line of sight here with these trees right in front. I would like to have these buildings and push east, but our only maneuver element currently is Captain Mallory, and I don't know that we can pull that off. I mean, we are shooting at him. Grenades close, up north. Is there two elements there? No, just one, I think. MG34 team. All right, try and get in there a little bit. And we will pull up with Sergeant Walsh. So our machine gun can't actually engage, just one of the riflemen sees it. We can try and move Captain Mallory east and see if we get shot at from this two-story, but it is also not currently shooting back, but that might be a line of sight issue. Down in the south, we have made it out of there. Let's just keep pushing east and get up to the woods. I think Samson will do the same thing. Fighting still going on up here. We got that MG34. We did take a casualty. And this is the only reason why I would ever turn the trees off, is just can't find my guys to select them. But I do like the stress and frustration a little bit. There we go. Open up that machine gun. We got somebody down here in the far southeast corner. I don't know if we just hit him. I don't know. Yeah, that's a good line of sight. I don't know. No, this is the guy we hit with the mortar, right? So whatever's down there is still down there, but we did see it momentarily. Contact close. All right, Stavros engaged there. Sergeant Walsh is almost on top of him. Let's close the distance.
In position.
All right, is Sergeant Walsh going to get these guys? Grenades, come on. Maybe not. Yep, we're taking casualties.
Completed.
Come on. Ooh, Sergeant Walsh is going to get wiped out for the second time. Yep, that didn't work. Man, they cannot catch a break. Ooh, MG34 shooting in the flank. Can we hit them? What else we got? If we could do something about this MG34. And he's still unconscious and stunned. I don't know if I can get down there to do anything about these guys before he's dead. Yeah, like I think Sergeant Walsh is dead. That's twice. All right, let's get moving down to the south with Vernon. And we still can't actually like target this. Yep, there they go. All right, well, at least we knew that was coming. It's kind of weird, like, when Sergeant Walsh approached, they didn't try and throw grenades. What just happened? What just happened? Did they shoot at me? I'm not clear on what just happened. Is it the Panzerschreck? Did they shoot over here and miss? All right, put some fire there. Samson, let's move east. I think we're going to drop mortars right here real quick. We got a hit. That's why we do it. Running. And we did it. Okay. We cannot allow them to get a ceasefire. So I do need to get over here. We got guys running there. Mortars going out. Good hit. All right. Major Reisman, get him moved up as well. I can't allow them to have enough flags that they can win or prolong. So let's get our machine gun moved up here as well.
Area secured.
And then Never mind. Okay, and we actually got the total victory. So if I'm understanding this correct, so correct me if I'm wrong, but the way I understand it is if I win decisively, like I force them to capitulate there, I take like a maximum of 3 additional victory locations, whether I've collected them or not. So if there's 4 and I get 3, they keep 1 on the map and then they come back. And if there's 2, like there was here, I just win. But maybe I'm misunderstanding that. So please drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Looks like we killed 5, wounded 13, and took 4 prisoners. They killed 5, wounded 4, and unfortunately we lost Sergeant Walsh completely for the 2nd consecutive time on this map. So that sucks. Up first is Captain Mallory with no kills. Spiros, no kills. Ooh, that doesn't look good. So Barnsby, 3 casualties, 1 kill. Colonel Stavros, 1 kill. Major Franklin, no kills. Major Riesman, no kills. Samson, no kills. Victor, 1 kill. Vernon, 2 casualties, 2 kills. Joseph, no kills. Sergeant Walsh, lost, 2 kills. Colonel Tall, no kills. Sergeant Keck, 2 kills. Captain Bosch, much better, 8 kills. That mortar was on point. Corporal Fife, 1 kill. And then the enemy. So first platoon leader, they have a wounded survivor, and they had 4 kills. Ersatz, 1 survivor, no kills. Ersatz, totally wiped out, no kills. Panzerschreck, no kills. MG34, they did end up surrendering. That team's wiped out. They come away with 4 kills. Second platoon leader, wiped out. Third platoon leader, they totally survived, no kills. Their mortar, we did actually get 2 hits on the mortar. They have 1 additional that's wounded but going to survive and fight again, and they didn't get any kills with the mortar. So much better outcome. I really didn't know exactly what happened. I don't know if it was just a line of sight thing when I assaulted and Sergeant Walsh got wiped out. They weren't throwing grenades, so maybe it's just those trees happened to be directly in their path and they couldn't engage. But either way, I pushed on them. I didn't want to just leave them there. I kind of wanted to get in there and take the fight. I felt like I had the upper hand. I did not. But I don't really regret it, just that, it did turn very quickly. Sound off in the comments and let me know what you think. If you enjoyed the fight, go ahead and like the video. Click the subscribe button to support the channel, and you can support me as a content creator by becoming a channel member. Thanks for watching. I will see you guys in the next one.